Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim wa salatu wa salam ala Rasul al-Kareem. Assalamu alaikum and welcome to Takaful online course. And today's discussion is about the differences between Takaful and insurance. And I think this is a very important topic in the sense that by understanding the differences between Takaful and insurance, you will appreciate how Takaful operates, how Takaful behave, and what are the main differences between the business of insurance and the business of Takaful, especially when it comes to the terms and conditions, to the obligations, accountability, responsibility, and the kind of relationship that existed between the Takaful operators and the participants and the funds. And this one will contribute positively to understand better Takaful. Let me try to highlight those points in a very high-level descriptions and briefly, and we go one by one. I think the first one we start with the Sharia ruling. Sharia ruling of insurance is the prohibitions. So the view of the Sharia scholars is that insurance business is not permissible, and it has been captured in the resolutions of the International Fiqh Academy, قرارات المجمع الفقهي, which basically prohibit the business model of the insurance due to the existence of gharar and gambling and also riba or interest. On the other hand, the takaful is permissible, and it is regarded as a valid Sharia compliance business model. And here you can see that if you look at the insurance and the takaful, you may see a common features in the product offered. And the same goes for the banking. There are common product and services offered, but yet insurance is not permissible, takaful it is permissible. Conventional banking is not permissible, and Islamic banking is permissible. If you precisely look at the issue carefully, you will see that the issue is not more on the objectives of those products and services offered by the Islamic financial institutions, being in banking or in the takaful, but more importantly, it is about the means that determines those objectives. In other words, you will see in the takaful or the insurance products offered based on protections or investments and saving. And also in banking, you will see products offered in the home financing, in the car financing, trade financing, providing a kind of accounts based on saving and investments and current account and so on and so forth. So there are common offering in the product and services, being in takaful or in insurance, being in Islamic banking or in conventional banking. But the problem here is that the means that determines that offering, the means that lead to that object, that's the issue and that's the debate and that's the arguments. In other words, that offering product based on protections is good, products offering on investment and saving is good, offering home financing is good, car financing is good, trade financing is good, but what are the means that has been used in that offering? That's the debate and the issue. So in the conventional banking, they are mainly using interest, which is riba-based instruments, and hence whatever profit generated as a result of providing this interest will not be permissible, and as a result of that, the offering respectively as a domino effect will not be permissible in the car in the car financing or in the home financing or other product and services, as long as the loan is the or interest pays or the loan is used as the main underlying core business in that offering because of the issue of the interest. And the same goes for the, that's why the Islamic banking model has been shifted from a loan-based instruments that generate income, which lead to riba, to other contract classes that normally use the trade, sales, like murabaha, musharaka, partnership, lease, and so on and so forth, whereby the means becomes permissible and the end result become permissible, and the entire portfolios and the profit and the income generated as a result of that become permissible. Now the same goes to the what's so called Takaful and insurance. Insurance, they are using an exchange contract, as we are going to see in detail in our discussions, whereby using a kind of sales, buying and selling, whereby some features or some concept like the gharar or uncertainty is not tolerated in that business model, even though we could accept the beauty of products offered by the insurance, such as, for example, based on protections in saving and investment, which have been as well offered in the Takaful business. But the problem here is that means that has been used is not permissible. So as a result of that, the industry has restructured, redesigned the insurance from being a business model based on buying and selling, where the gharar is not tolerated, the uncertainty is not tolerated, and they have shifted to what's so-called a donations contract, whereby the gharar, as we are going to discuss further, is acceptable and tolerated. So it's about the means, it's about the business model, whether it is valid or not, is not mainly or much on the product offering. That's why, from Sharia standpoint, you cannot steal and donate. You cannot steal or take money through non-permissible means like a bribery, like, for example, stealing, deceptions, and taking wealth of others without their consent and by force. Then you contribute to build a mosque or to donate and help the poor and so on and so forth. That one is not acceptable, even though the objective is noble, but the means is not permissible. It's the same here. So what you have to do, you have to get a permissible income through your work, or it could be through gifts or through endowments or through donations, or as a result of a fee generated by providing services. And that money you can use it to contribute to build a mosque, to give to the poor and give to sadaqat, that it will be Sharia compliance. It's the same here for the insurance business and the banking business. So the product could be beautiful, the product could be permissible, but the means that has been determined to use it as underlying what's so-called core business model to offer those products and offering has a big question mark, which is not allowed by Sharia. And as a result of that, the business model has been restructured and has been shifted from a buying and selling business model to what's so-called a donation and a concept business model. This is why you will see an insurance company like, for example, Great Eastern, they have insurance which is not permissible, but they have Takaful, which is not allowed. And it is the same parent company or the same holding company or the same branding. So it's not about you, it's not about what brand you are or whether you are originally conventional or not, but it's about what you offer. It's about what you offer. We have Great Eastern, we have other leading what's so-called insurance business which have conventional portfolio and they are present globally, but yet they offer the Takaful model, meaning that they have changed the business model from buying and selling to a donation underlying contract in order to validate the model. This is why if you go to Great Eastern, you go to other what's so-called conventional insurance, it's not allowed in Great Eastern conventional, but it is allowed in Great Eastern Takaful, even though the brand is the same, the name is the same, maybe the holding, the parent company is the same, but basically we are talking about a business model. This is why we used to give an example. A Muslim who is selling non-permissible items is not allowed to purchase from him. A non-Muslim who is selling permissible item is permissible to purchase from him. So it's not about you, whether you are Muslim or not. It's about what you offer, what you sell, what's your business model. So that's basically the bottom line of the assessment and the valuations of the business model. So we go back again and we mentioned that one of the first distinction between the Takaful and the insurance is basically the Sharia ruling and the permissibility, whereby insurance business model is not allowed. It is prohibited by Sharia scholars, by Sharia, through the various Sharia resolutions. It's become a kind of consensus in today business and market, whereby Takaful industry or Takaful business operation is a permissible industry. It is a permissible business model due to the enhancement, modifications, restructuring of the business model of the insurance to make it more Sharia compliance. This is the first maybe distinctions between Takaful and insurance, and we will cover the remaining differences in the coming session. With that, thank you very much, and assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.